Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa will be laying a wreath at the grave of Oliver Tambo this morning. Ramaphosa will start off in Benoni before the resumption of the fourth day of the party's National Executive Committee meeting. Now, Tambo died exactly 30 years ago on this day. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo is in Benoni ahead of that wreath-laying ceremony. Ziyanda, one wonders whether the President himself will be reflecting on the ANC of Oliver Tambo and the ANC of 2023.
You know, one other thing to reflect on as well, Michelle, is the fact that this gravesite is in the Ekurhuleni region and it's no longer under the control and in the hands of the ANC, and yet the longest serving president of the ANC is here and he is buried in this region. Let's bring in the regional chair, Ziyanda. Good morning to you. That's something to reflect on, isn't it? That as a party, you, after so long, 30 years since Oliver Tambo passed away, and the ANC doesn't seem to be where it used to.
Well, we obviously find ourselves in an unfortunate moment where the electorate has not necessarily given the ANC the absolute majority to govern. But we take comfort on the fact that we do form part of the collaborative governance. And I think coming here today, it forms part really of revival, introspection, and some sort of pilgrimage where we must come and really reconnect with our leaders and introspect really on where we went wrong, take courage from some of their lessons. We are excited that irrespective of the circumstances where we find ourselves, we are still able to converge and pay tribute to our leader, President Tambo.
I mean, this is also happening on the last day of the ANC NEC. After this, the President and the NEC members will go back and resume that program. One of the things that was reflected on yesterday was coalitions, and we know that here in Ekurhuleni, you are now once again trying to push to have Tanya Campbell removed. I mean, when you look at the type of politics that the ANC now has to engage in since the dawn of democracy, what are your reflections on that?
Well, as I said, that it's unfortunate that the electorate did not give any of us the absolute majority. But what is important is to converge with the like-minded political parties and see what can we do through our collaborative efforts. We have realized in the city of Ekurhuleni that many of our townships, for instance, they have been neglected. The DA did not have the interest of the townships. And we all realized the impact of that neglect. And it was on those bases that we said we must converge as the like-minded political parties, put our egos aside, but be bound by a singular and a common objective of making sure that we provide equitable services, irrespective of which areas our residents are residing.
Ziyanda is the Ekurhuleni Regional Chair. Let's also try and show you visuals then, Ayanda and Michelle, of Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi talking to Gauteng Secretary of the ANC, TK Ngciza there. Of course, they would be the ones to welcome the President, who's expected to arrive any moment from now. Insofar as that program is concerned, we know that the President will be laying wreath, a short program on the horizon, and let's try and bring in Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi. Good morning to you. You're live on Newzroom Afrika Secretary Chair. A moment of reflection, 30 years since Tambo has left you, and he is laid in a region that is no longer in the ANC's hands. Your reflections?
Well, when we thank you so much for the opportunity. When we said the people shall govern, we didn't say the ANC shall govern. We said the people shall govern. So if there is a decision of communities, of people to have any government to govern the country, we must respect that. But obviously 30 years later, it's a reflection, and that's the reason why we're here, so that we can take stock and ensure that the commitments and the sacrifices that is made, they don't become, or they don't become something that we're not proud of. So, and that's the reason why we're visiting this grave. We've been doing this for the past 30 years, not coming here for the first time. Now, every year, literally after his passing, we are coming to his gravesite. So today is one of those important days as well.
But perhaps this moment may feel slightly different. The circumstances every year would have changed. 2024 around the corner, the state in which the ANC finds itself in as well, not the same.
No, it is. I mean, the African National Congress is a very important organization. It will be the first organization to admit if there are limitations and gaps, but also it will be the first organization to say we are ready not to surrender what we have achieved thus far. And therefore, 2024, like any other era, when UDM was established, they said it would challenge the ANC. When Ngcobo was established, they said it would challenge the ANC. When EFF was challenged, they said it will. So we're used to those attacks. But where we stand, we really believe, and the 4-day NEC that we've just had, that we are re-energized. We have strengthened structures of the African National Congress, and therefore we are ready to confront 2024 as an organization that is strong, agile, and willing to continue to serve our people.
Panyaza Lesufi is the Gauteng Premier, also the chairperson of the ANC in this province, reflecting then, of course, on where the party is right now. He's likely to be the one welcoming President Cyril Ramaphosa, as I've mentioned, who will be coming here to lay wreath at the gravesite of Oliver Reginal Tambo.
30 years to the day since he died. Ziyanda Ngcobo, thanks very much indeed. And of course, the 2024 elections looming large.